Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture for August 20th of 2025 is titled Perseid Meteors from Durdle Door. So what do we see here? Well, Durdle Door is actually the arch that we see out in the foreground there. And up above in the sky, we see a number of things, including our own Milky Way galaxy and a number of streaks of light. Now, those streaks of light are part of the Perseid meteor shower, which recently occurred. Now, these are meteors from this year's Perseid meteor shower, but this is not just one single image. And in fact, it was a background image taken, and then individual images that captured each of the meteors, and then all of those images were stacked together to make one image showing the shower here. Now, you'll also note that the paths of the meteors are curved. Now, that also is a distortion because of the camera lens, a very wide-angle camera lens used to capture the image, and that therefore distorts them and makes them curved, whereas the meteors would normally follow a very straight path. But even with that curvature, you can see how they kind of trace back to a point which is called the radiant point up off the top of the image, and that is the point from which all of the meteors appear to radiate. Now, that's because they are traveling parallel through space. They're all following the same orbit, essentially the orbit of Comet Swift-Tuttle, which is what these are pieces of debris from. And that debris continues to follow the same orbit and eventually sometimes happens to hit Earth as we pass through the orbit of the comet, and therefore we get the various meteors as we see here today. Now, the meteors tend to come in showers. Again, that's when Earth is passing through the orbit of the comet. That's where the concentration of debris is, and that is what we will then see that little bits of debris as they strike Earth's upper atmosphere and vaporize. So these are very high up in the atmosphere, never getting anywhere close to Earth. It takes a very large object to make it down to Earth's surface. These are very tiny. Think of them as bits of dust or grains of sand that are vaporizing when they hit Earth's atmosphere at really high speeds. Now, again, around them we can see a number of different things. You can see stars, which are also part of our Milky Way galaxy. So the individual stars that we see, you can also see some nebulae that are visible here, which actually are visible when you take a longer exposure. And you can see some of those, especially off toward the lower right-hand side, that there are various nebulae. Now, those are not normally visible to the eye. It takes a much longer exposure to bring out the fainter glow of the material that is present there. So here we get to see a number of the meteors from the Perseid meteor shower from this past week. So that was our picture of the day for August 20th of 2025. It was titled Perseid Meteors from Durdle Door. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture. So until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.